Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the February 7th meeting of the San Dimas Rotary Club. My name is Steve Scott. I'm the president of the Rotary Club. I have been a Rotarian for about 13 years, serving my fourth term as president. I've also had the honor of being secretary and treasurer during my time. In my non-Rotary time, I am a State Farm agent in the city of San Dimas. Very happy to have everybody here. Let's go around the room and introduce everybody. Marilyn, how are you today?
I'm great. Thank you so much. My name is Marilyn Sparks, proud Rotarian. I am an insurance agent owner with Farmers Insurance in San Dimas. I'm also involved with the San Dimas Chamber of Commerce and serve as the Los Angeles County Insurance Commissioner.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here, Marilyn. Margarita, how are things?
Things are happening.
As always.
As always. Margarita McGee, local attorney here in San Dimas, particularly focusing on estate planning and probate. I don't even know how long I've been a Rotarian, a little less than a year. Also part of the Chamber Ambassador, San Dimas Sheriff Boosters, and on and on.
We're glad to see you. Glenn Johnson, how are you, sir?
Doing well, doing well. My name is Glenn Johnson. I'm a member of the Satellite Rotary Club.
We're happy to have you here, Glenn. Thanks so much. And Casey, tell everybody about yourself.
Hey, my name is Casey Cox, and I am a health coach, life coach, and bringing business mindset to the game. Excited about our speaker today because I know he's going to bring some amazing dynamics. Otherwise, Raymond wouldn't have set him up. So glad you're here. In the Rotarian world, been around for about 10 years. I think Steve is the reason why I got here. I think Raymond's the excuse why I stuck. Two amazing guys that are leading us forward, and so glad to be a part of our group. I've been the past president in a number of other roles, but really focused on keeping us active in our community. So looking forward to today.
Happy to have you here, Casey. Hi, Diva. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well. Let me see. Turn on my camera real quick. Hi, guys. Sorry. Diva Alfaro. I've been a Rotarian for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years, maybe. I might be adding, might be taking away. But I'm happy to be here. I am a senior solution specialist for a company called Deloitte. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
We're happy you're here. And Sylvia, good afternoon. She may be caught up in doing something right now. Okay, if we get anybody else that jumps onto the meeting, which I fully expect over the next few minutes, we will give them an opportunity to introduce themselves after our speaker's presentation. Our speaker today is Michael Lin. Coach Michael Lin came out of the tech industry and uses his superb analytical skills to dissect business challenges. He has deep insights into human nature, which he uses to help people solve their business challenges. Leaders from over 500 organizations across dozens of industries have attended seminars and workshops taught by Coach Michael Lin. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Lin.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Just fine. Yes, sir.
Okay. So my name is Michael Lin. I do business leadership seminars, workshops, and one-on-one coaching. Okay. So what I'm about to give you is a 20-minute cut down version of my usually one day, sometimes 2-day leadership seminar. Okay. And today we are going to focus on coaching. So coaching, okay, the term came out of sport. Okay. And we're going to be talking about who do you coach, who do you not coach, and when do you coach? What's the best time to coach? And what do you coach? And how do you coach? Okay. Now, obviously, in sport, okay, the coach is going to pick someone who loves playing this game and who enjoys challenging themselves to play better and better. Okay. If my passion in life is pizza and beer, and then watch other people playing sports, okay, even the best coach in America will not be able to make me win anything, okay, because that's just not my thing, okay? And what do you coach? You coach things like how do you play this game by yourself? How do you play this game with your team members? How do you play this game with your team members in competition against the other team? And then you coach things on how do we make money around here? How is the money made? How do we attract sponsorship and so on and so forth? Okay. And then it gets into something deeper. That is, someone will come to you and say, hey, boss, this applies. What I'm about to say applies to sports, business, and running a charity organization, doing projects, serving society. Okay, even in sales, when a customer comes to you and say, I want to buy a house in this town, so tell me about the market in this town. So as you're explaining this to this prospective customer, you are essentially doing coaching. And if your coaching is painful, the customer will run away. But if your coaching is inspirational, the customer will say, okay, I'm going to buy from him, not her, or from her, not him. So what about when they have a problem? Okay, the best time to coach is they'll come to you and say, hey, boss, I've been trying this for 3 months. I've been trying this for 6 months. And you see me come early, I go late. And on our team of 10, I am still number 10. So what is it that I don't know? You've been here longer than I have. You've been watching me. Okay. So this gets into kind of life coaching. Okay. And then there's the right way, and then there's the wrong way. Okay. Let me show you how not to coach. In the classic movie, Jerry Maguire, okay, there's an athlete, and then there's his agent. The athlete kept on asking, why do I not have my $1 million? Where's my $1 million? Okay. And then, so the agent's been thinking, how do I deliver this message to him? How do I answer his question? By the way, he's an agent, he's not a coach. So finally, one day he thought, okay, the time is right. He was wrong, he's wrong. So he says to the athlete, okay, the way he did it is typical, most popular, but least effective coaching method. What he said to the athlete was, are you ready? You sure you can handle the answer? Okay, I'll tell you the answer. Okay, the reason you don't have $1 million yet is because you complain about everything. You are too negative for people. Okay, you're not like this at home. With your wife and kids, you're all positive, all passion, all love. At work, playing the game, in the locker room, talking to managers and coaches and all that, you're always complaining. People just don't like that. Why don't you cut that stuff out, okay? And then go back to when you were 5 years old, you just loved playing this game, and the money will come to you. And was that accurate information? Yes. Was that effective coaching? Well, what's the result? The athlete felt he was insulted. So he said to the agent, you know what? You and I, no more friends. It's just business from now on. So that was not effective coaching. Effective coaching is about turning someone else's thinking, therefore feeling, therefore action 180 degrees around. Effective coaching is not, I'm dumping all this information at you, to you, on you, and you deal with it. You're an adult. Okay, that's not effective coaching. Okay, so let me tell you a story about what I did in the seminar room. So so this lady came to one of my leadership seminars, and she kept on saying she has a time management problem. And then so I will listen to her. The way I teach a seminar is every time, anytime anyone says something, I just stay quiet, I sip my coffee, and I listen. because over the years, I figured out there are 3 reasons when you coach, you must listen, listen, and listen some more. And if you're gonna do a 1-hour coaching, you bring an employee to your office, and you might want to plan just to listen for the first half an hour. Okay, and the benefits are, number one, when somebody is frustrated, full of steam, that steam needs to come out first before new information can go in, because they are packed full of frustration. And then that steam is going to come out at you. It will. And it's not meant to be personal. It's not a personal attack on you. It's actually a sign that they trust you. That's why they're blowing off the steam at you, not someone else. And the second reason is, if you accidentally or intentionally make them feel you don't care about their pain, their suffering, how they feel, human nature has it that they'll just hate you. And then if they hate you, whatever information you gave them, doesn't matter how good, they will just reject it. But if you either intentionally or accidentally make them feel that you feel their pain, their suffering, their frustration, okay, you understand and you feel it, then human nature has it that they just automatically assume you have the solution to their problems. Okay. And the third reason is, quite often you don't know what's the thinking that's in their blind spot that's holding them back. Okay. Quite often it's a case of, this was good thinking for the environment you came from, but it's no longer good thinking for this new environment, and they don't know that. Okay, if you grew up driving in Los Angeles, beating traffic, and now you showed up in New York, you need to learn how to drive in the snow. It's different. Okay. If you ever been to one of those countries that drive on the wrong side of the road and you got into a car, you will know what I'm talking about. Okay. So so I listened, and then from here and there, just she was jumping 5 seconds here, 2 minutes there. The whole morning, I summed up her situation. She was a social worker. She got promoted in running a nursing home. And she has very good old-fashioned work ethic. So good, okay, she believes work is just doing the actual work, the manual labor. And she's now getting paid with a higher salary, so she's packed full of guilt. So she thinks she must produce more, and produce more means doing more manual labor. So when the nurses are standing around chit-chatting and the patients are waiting, she would just jump in there, do the nurses' jobs. If the cooks are goofing off, she would just jump in the kitchen and start cooking. If the van driver is goofing off, she would just jump in the van and drive around. And ever since she came to power, okay, nobody has been put into her office for a chat. Like, good job here, but over there, room for improvement. When the government come to inspect their business and then find faults and write them a ticket, she would just use the profit of the business to pay the penalty. Nobody has been put into her office for a chat. Okay. So in the afternoon, I coached her. Okay. And again, it's 2 minutes there, 5 minutes there. And I'll give you the summary of what I told her. Okay. I started with, you're not being paid with a different kind of salary to do a different kind of job. Notice I did not say higher salary. I said a different kind of salary. Why did I do that? Because she is packed full of guilt by her higher salary. And it's my job to turn her thinking, therefore her feeling, 180 degrees around. So I'm trying to avoid the word higher salary. So I said a different kind of salary to do a different kind of job. And then I said to her, in your new position, okay, in your old position, you were the hands-on expert. In your new position, your role is organizing the place so other experts can do their jobs. Without you organizing, the place is chaos, it's falling apart. Okay, nobody can do their jobs. So in your new position, your role is build system, tweak system, improve system, make sure people play within the system. Okay, you help them to develop and grow and develop in their personal career, be it a nurse or a cook, and then develop themselves in terms of responsibility and maturity. Okay, so they become the sort of person that it is their DNA, that their thinking and their feeling is, I am a mature, responsible citizen to society. Okay, I don't stand around and chit chat when some old lady is waiting. Okay, and I am not that sort of a person. I am this sort of a person with improved, mature thinking. Okay, your employees will advance, and then your organization will improve, and then your employees will advance so much. Okay, maybe one day, just between me and your club, they might join a service club and then do more to contribute to society in addition to what they do on their jobs. Okay. And I said to her, I said, you don't have a time management problem. You're a time management expert. Okay. You're a multitasking, multi-projecting expert. You can teach multitasking and time management. Okay. So, so by the end of the day, she was fixed. Okay. She told us that she's been crying. She was frustrated. She was thinking about quitting. But now I turned her mind around 180. Okay. She says, I know I can do this. And the burden has been lifted on her. Okay. And then she says, no, I really want to cry. It's the cry of the relief. Okay. She walked in there 4 foot nothing, and then she walked out of there 7 foot tall. You can tell from the way she walked. And so that was a good day. Okay. So let me tell you another story. Okay. I'm sure you have run into one of those millennials and you're frustrated. I even run into some frustrated managers who say, there are nothing but millennials out there and I give up. And I tell them, no, sir. There are good and bad and ugly millennials, and you just need to improve your management skill so you hire the right millennials. Okay, so on this day, I was teaching a leadership seminar in the city of South San Francisco, not San Francisco itself. Okay, this is where the airport is, and then in the audience there is a millennial. And you know, she's participating, so she will say things, and we all learn that she had one job before with a tech startup and it failed. And then she's very passionate and about, you know, she was working with a tech startup, and she wants to start her own tech startup one day, and then she's gonna do whatever that company did. And then all day long, all morning long, whatever thought, okay? Seasoned managers in there would say things like, oh, been a manager for 40 years, made that mistake 3 times. And brand new manager will say, oh boy, been a manager for a month, made that mistake last week. Why didn't I come here, you know, a month ago? But she would say, no, that's the company she worked for. That's what they did. No, I seen what I said not to do. And then she say things like, when she starts her own company, she's gonna copy and paste and do what I just said not to do, because that was done at the company that she used to work for. And then everybody else is looking at me and with their eyes saying, fix her right here, right now. So this is what I said to her. I said, when I first came to America, it was during the .com bubble. Okay. And then my first job was right here in Silicon Valley in San Mateo with a tech startup. Back then we called it a .com. And then as a matter of fact, I lived right here in the city of South San Francisco. Okay. And then just like you, the company I worked so hard for also did not work out. What am I doing here? I'm trying to create agreement. I'm trying to get her to see my life experience and her life experience. They have so much in common, okay? And then I said, but how do I feel about my tech startup failed? I learned so much. I learned what not to do in business. Okay? Even today, in my own business, if I have a question, I don't know what to do, I just go look at the other company, whatever they did, and I just do it the opposite. Okay. And I'm still benefiting 20 years later from that experience. And not only did I not have to pay a big fat student loan, okay, I got paid big fat Silicon Valley salary to learn. Okay. You're so smart. You figured this out. Okay. There's a reason, okay, that the company that you work for did not work out. Okay. It's because everything they did it, and then I did this. Okay. I was waiting for her to come on and say, and then she did. She was like, wrong. And I said, you're so smart. You got it. Okay. Why did I make her come on and say it? Because people will never go against their own ideas. Okay. Imagine if I did the opposite way. Listen, young lady, what do you know? Why don't you shut up and learn something? No, if I delivered my education that way, she's gonna hate me and I reject everything I have to teach her. So after she said wrong, I said, look, you're so smart. Okay, be proud of your experience there. She already is extremely proud of the almost Facebook, almost Google. Okay, so it will be counterproductive for me to attack her feelings, her pride. So I just utilized her feeling, her pride, for her learning, for her improvement. I said, you're so smart. Okay, you figured this out. Whatever they did, copy, but don't paste. You copy, you flip, and then you paste. And she said there, she's like, duh, can you be my coach? I need you to coach me. So that was a good day. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you a third story. Again, millennial. Okay. So quite often my students, they'll sit there all day, not saying a thing, not participating, and then they'll wait for everyone to leave after the seminar to come and ask me a question. Some of them would come back. So on this day, this guy came back almost an hour after the seminar has ended. Okay, if he came back 2 seconds later, I would have been gone. And then he started asking me after he came back about his one millennial that's driving him nuts. Okay, so I asked him, I said, what's going on? He said, this is not Silicon Valley. Okay, this is somewhere in Colorado, and he is a manager at a high-tech electronics company, and they make things that go into satellites. I did not ask more. Okay, basically, if he told me more, he probably have to kill me. So he said he manages a team of 12 engineers and scientists. They all have master or PhD in electrical engineering, electronic engineering, computer engineering, or physics. They all millennial age, and out of the 12, 11 of them are good. Okay, these are all good millennials, except this one younger gentleman. And he's always late for work, late delivering projects, and doing mediocre work. He can tell there's so much potential, but this young man is just not applying himself. And he has a PhD in physics. Okay, and then he's staying up late playing computer games, and he goes home at 5 o'clock on time, but he's late in the morning. And then he always says the counterproductive, negative things about himself in meetings, just all around negative. And then I said, why don't you just fire him? And why did you hire him in the first place? He said, we hired him because we don't have the budget to hire someone really good that will cost twice as much. So we stuck with him. And then I said, so why is he so cheap? And he said, because he finished dead last in his PhD. Okay. And that's why he's so cheap. And he said, I tried everything to get him motivated, and it hasn't been working. What do I do here? I can't afford firing him, but I need him to apply himself. So I said, okay, let's review what I taught you during the day, okay, which is people are motivated, okay, by their own feelings, and their own feelings of pain and pleasure, and short-term pain and long-term pleasure. And then people who are successful in life, okay, they understand the beauty of enduring short-term pain in exchange for long-term pleasure and avoid long-term pain. People who jump into short-term pleasure indulgence, they pay with a high price of perpetual long-term pain. So what is it that this employee of yours would do anything to gain, and he will do anything to avoid. He will kill to avoid, or he will kill to obtain. And then he thought about it. I guess he's been thinking all day because I taught this during the day. Okay. And then he said he is extremely jealous of his friends from his university days. They are all working for really prestigious companies or organizations. And then they go to science conferences, and then they deliver a paper. They get on stage and then deliver a paper of the research they've been doing. And he's extremely jealous of them. And then if he could get up there himself, man, that will make him happy. I said, there you go. You found the answer. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to drop hints, pixie dust, which is, if you help me, I will help you. Okay. If you start coming on time, delivering better work, putting more efforts into your project, next year, maybe I will take you with me to one of these conferences, and the company will pay the travel, the lodging, and then the cover charge. A lot of these conventions, the cover charge is $1,000. Okay, and then the year after, okay, you and him can collaborate on a paper based on the work that he's doing with you, And then using the halo of your organization, you are going to help him to get on stage to deliver one of these papers. And then he can get up there and then basically essentially telling all his friends, look up, guys, I can get up here too. The days of you guys humiliating me is over. Okay. And he just sat there, was like, that's it. That's the answer. Why did I not think of it? Okay. Everybody has some kind of a pain, some kind of a desire, some kind of a wanting and a wishing for pleasure. Okay. And talk to people, listen to them, and learn from it. Okay. And then a easy way for you to do this is by observing consumer behavior. Okay. For example, there are people who would pay $1,400 for a cell phone. And there are people who would never ever pay $1,400 for a cell phone. And if you refuse to pay $1,400 for a cell phone, then you can use that as a study case. Okay. And there are people who would pay $7 for a cup of coffee twice a day. If you don't do that, then you can use that as a study case. Okay. And 10, 15 years ago, when the first electric car came out, it was $100,000. Some people would team up with their parents and then pull all their money together to buy a car, knowing full well, okay, it's a depreciating asset. So these people are not stupid, okay? He's an electrical engineer. His dad is an electrical engineer, and they just so passionate about this car. And then they'll tell me it's a toy. It's a toy. It's a toy cost the combined of retirement saving of me and my dad. And we did it. Okay. Why did they do it? Okay. If you apply the laws of economics, consumers will make rational purchasing decisions. No, they do not. Okay. If they did, they wouldn't be buying $7 a cup of coffee if they can make one for 7 cents at home. So what are the feelings? What are the driving true hidden drivers of people's feelings? Okay, what belief, what understanding is driving them to think about what, in what way? And how do you learn about their thinking, their true thinking, their true feeling? And how do you utilize that to help them to accomplish more, to do more, to become more capable of an employee, more capable of a citizen, more capable of a human being. And you're going to feel great when you help someone. And they may work for you for 1 year, 10 years, and go somewhere else, and they will remember you and thank you for life. And they will bring business opportunities back to you. Okay. So that's a quick cut down version of my 1-day leadership seminar. Any questions?
Michael, thank you very much. That was great. Really appreciate you taking time. We did run a little bit over, so we have time for maybe 1 or 2 questions. Does anybody have something they'd like to ask Michael? Marilyn, yes, go right ahead.
So Michael, how do you measure and track progress and results in your clients?
They tell you. It worked. It didn't work.
Okay.
I don't.
That was
Okay, maybe I don't know what industry or profession you're in. If you want to know more, just send me an email to coachmichaellin@gmail.com. Yeah, everyone's situation is different, is unique. It'll probably take me half an hour just to understand your situation. Okay. Any other questions?
Anyone else? Okay, well, again, Michael, thank you very much for taking time. I can't imagine how much information you're able to give in a day long or a 2 day long seminar when you're able to get that much into 29 minutes. So thank you very much for taking some time and teaching us today. It was great and very valuable, and we really, really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having me. Any questions? Just send an email to Coach Michael Lin, LIN @gmail.com.
We will
Bye.
make sure everybody on the call has your contact info. So we appreciate that.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. All right. Okay, moving on, before we jump into the Fine Master, I know we had a few people hop into the call, and I want to give them an opportunity to just say hello and introduce themselves. Sylvia, how you doing?
Good. My name is Sylvia Melendez. I'm the CEO of the San Dimas Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks for being here, Sylvia. Anthony, how are you today, sir?
I am good. Sorry, no camera at work today. President Laverne San Dimas Education Foundation, part of Satellite Rotary. Glad I could be on the call.
Glad you're good too. And Mike Wallace.
Hi, everyone. Mike Wallace, president of Better Home Financial. Been a Rotarian for, I don't even know, 9 years, I think. But yeah, happy to be here serving the community and good to see everybody.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Okay. Time to introduce our Fine Master. Casey, take it away.
Hey, it's always a good time for a fine time. Fines are here for us to talk. So basically, you're buying your time and your space. Fine yourself if things are fine and you want to tell us what's good in your life. Fine yourself if things aren't fine and you want to tell us what's not going so well and you just need a little bit of soapbox. You can also fine yourself because you want to give a shout out, accolade, or positive thing about something going on. And then you're going to just acknowledge that, hey, because things are great, I'm going to put a fine there, make sure the foundation moves forward. We continue to do good work. So who wants to start this off with some fine time?
Mike, I'll
Go
start.
ahead, Raymond.
Oh, Raymond, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll find myself $1.41 because at the beginning when they introduced everybody, I didn't get introduced and I felt very bad about
Oh,
that.
Well, we'll pass that fine on to Steve. We'll fine our
Oh.
president for just overlooking and seeing poor little Raymond. Anybody else want to contribute to that fine
Yeah,
to maximize how much Raymond feels bad? Go ahead,
I'm
Steve.
going to
Take it
find
away. What's your
myself
fine?
$20 now. My soul is crushed. I'm not going to recover from this. I apologize, Raymond. That is unacceptable. I don't know what else to say other than I'm very, very sorry.
I'm teasing you. It was worth $1.41. That's what I was saying. But go ahead. Keep going.
Anyone else?
Anybody go to Pets? Who went to Pets? Anybody go to Pets? It was this past weekend. Anybody make a trip? No, everybody gets to find themselves for missing out on the opportunity. If you have not been to Pets, raise your hand. Who has not been to Pets?
What
If
is
anybody
it?
hasn't,
I don't even know what that
anybody
is.
hasn't been to President, I don't. You missed your opportunity this year to experience it. We'll be back around. You can do it again another time.
President-elect training seminar, PETS. Or if you've been more than once, it's President-elect seminar training, which is PEST. So
Indeed.
I like that one better.
All right. Thank you, Casey. Moving on to our Action 360. Raymond, why don't you talk a little bit about the Laverne San Dimas Women's Club drawing?
So, when we've had a drawing, we have taken other organizations and said, our tickets are $5. If you give us $1, we'll give you 100 tickets. You can sell them for $5 and keep the profits. Well, Laverne San Dimas has picked up on that and they've asked us, we sent them a check for $100. Now we have 100 tickets. And they are to a weekend getaway drawing. They're giant tickets, as a matter of fact. And they're $5 for a suite at the double occupancy stay at the Westlake Village Inn and Spa. So we have 100 tickets to sell, and our club will get a $400 profit, which is good. So let me know if you would like some tickets. Otherwise, then we have to assign tickets. I'd like everybody to take 4. And if everybody took 4 and sold 4 tickets, we'd make $400. And that's nice for the foundation. So that's what we have going on with that.
Sign me up for 4 of those, Raymond, please.
You got it. That's it. That's all I have. Steve, you there? Steve has bounced out of the call, or can you guys still hear me? Raise your hands, or is it my screen? Everybody but me is frozen. I think I'm back.
I don't know what happened to Raymond.
Yeah, I can hear you, Steve. Raymond got bounced out, so that's what
Okay.
happened. Now he's back.
I'm back.
All right. So Raymond, did you hear that? I know you.
Anything?
Okay, so they are not going to give the teachers an opportunity this evening to spend 30 seconds to a minute talking about what their grant proceeds will be used for. Basically going to be up there, us going up there, reading the names, giving them the big check, giving them the actual check, and then we're done. And I have no idea what time that's going to take place.
So it starts at 6, and what I have for you, Steve, is sometimes a 2 or 3 or 4 sentence synopsis of what the grant is for. So you might want to read their names and then read what the grant's for. I have the big checks and the small checks prepared.
Perfect. Would you mind emailing that to me?
I will have a hard copy for you there this evening, but I'll email a copy, sure.
Yeah, just so I can do a little prep. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Next up, Feeding Heroes Food Drive.
Hey, March 9th is the Feeding Heroes Food Drive. We have those donation boxes now. Every San Dimas school, City Hall, Chamber of Commerce, a variety of businesses throughout the city, Pomona PD, Pomona City Hall, Beverly Hills PD, and every station and every sheriff station in LA County will have one by the end of the week. We'll also have, there'll be 10 boxes, one for each softball team as their start on the 21st. And they will be having a contest for their teams who can fill the biggest box. And then I know that on opening day for Little League, Mike will be there with a booth and a box. So we've got that going on. The big day is the 7th. I went to a Chamber of Commerce event. The check presentation this evening, Maryland's the Benita Unified School District offices on Allen and San Dimas Avenue. I went to a chamber mixer in Arcadia maybe 6 months ago. I met quite a few people. I sent a letter about the event to the Marriott, and the Marriott is changing vendors for their small shampoos and all those things. And so they have pallets that they said they're going to bring, which is really good donation.
Wow.
So got all kinds of good stuff going on. Could still use more boxes out there and flyers. Any questions on it? Kickoff party is on the 7th, right, Mike? And it'll be at High Point. We'll have the Rotary booth outside of High Point for collection, and we're using the front part of the brewery as the place.
Excellent. Thank you. And finally, donuts for military families. I'm assuming this has to do with Krispy Kreme.
It does. It's adjunct to this. So if you go to smileforsandimas.com, that URL will redirect you to our Krispy Kreme. You buy a dozen donuts online and then you go pick them up. Half of the purchase price comes back to the foundation. Last year, we raised about $300 doing this for the food drive. And so right now, emails are going out and social media posts are being made. But the most important thing is for you to pass it on in your social media and make sure that you repost it and any ideas that you come up with, to get that out there. It's an easy way for the foundation to make a little bit of money. That's all I have.
Stand by.
We're standing by. Do you have a question, Marilyn?
Not a question, just a shout out to Waste Management for donating the collection boxes for us this year.
Absolutely. I sincerely appreciate that. I sent them a letter of appreciation already, but we absolutely do.
Apologies for that. Okay, Raymond, may we see the calendar, please?
You may get it up here. We got all kinds of interesting stuff coming up. Okay, so tonight's teacher mini grants board meeting is next week. A couple of important things in the board meeting. We have to vote to send a 30-day letter to terminate 3 members for non-payment of dues. So it's important that we have a full discussion on that. And also that we want to make a slight change or add something to the community foundation, the San Dimas Rotary Foundation, which, you know, we take in money that's designated for military projects that only be spent by the military, satellite military club. So we want to create, we've been asked by the city to create a community fund where people can donate knowing that it'll only been spent on projects within San Dimas. And so it'll be the San Dimas Community Fund, and it'll give a committee that the board names the ability to write a grant up to $1,500, up to $500, excuse me, if it's funded in that fund. So it really give us kind of a rapid response fund for community things, for individuals, projects, or organizations in San Dimas. So we need to have a full discussion on that. On the 21st, Road Success, that is Jacqueline Isaac. She runs a refugee camp in Syria, and it's basically it's refugees and displaced persons from northern Iraq. So they have they run a camp as well as a medical clinic. It'll be a very interesting conversation. I think it's gonna be like the one we had with the guy from Lebanon. In the evening, the Satellite Club is Nicole Harmon. She's a PhD from Cohen Bioscience, and she'll be talking about PTSD and TBI with military. And then on March 6th, we'll be looking at having a lady who runs several locations in Ukraine for children who are displaced by the war. And then that night will be Amanda Huffman, a retired airman who has written a book, Girl's Guide to the Military. The board meetings, I'm actually going to be starting to fill out the July calendar. So we're looking at the next Rotary year already, but we have good speakers coming in.
Fantastic. Thank you, Raymond. Okay, folks, hope some of you can make it tonight to the board meeting. This is always a prideful moment for us when we start delivering these checks to teachers. It's one of the things we work really hard throughout the year in order to be able to do. So hope to see some of your faces. If not, we will see you next week for the board meeting. Obviously, we got a lot to deal with there. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week, and we will talk to you soon.